So I wanted to do a quick update because it's been quite a bit since the last one. And the last one, I kind of talked about my VGN experience and what that entailed. So a little bit of a setback in between VGN and today. I actually went to a chiropractor and I had been going to a chiropractor for a bit and he injured me. So I had been suffering from back pain. So for the past month or so, I have been struggling with back pain, and oddly enough, it actually helped my dizziness because I was in so much back pain that it took away my attention and turned it into my back as opposed to my dizziness. So kind of an update right now is my back is doing a lot better. Physical therapy has helped a lot, and it has subsided. Like the major pain has subsided. I'm still dealing with some residual back pain. Good thing is there was no permanent damage. So it's all soft tissue, muscle injury, tendon, nerve. So it will heal, and it'll be a slow process, but it'll eventually heal. One thing that I have noticed though, as my back started healing, my dizziness then obviously became more of a prominent issue, because obviously I wasn't in searing pain, and so my brain wasn't, you know, really focused on dizziness. It was mostly focused on the pain that, then now as it subsides, then my dizziness, I can feel it a little bit more. It is not the same as it had been in the past. It's a little bit more what I would call, or what physical therapists would call VPPVV. So, in certain stances where I move, I will get dizziness. If I, for example, get up too quickly, I will feel like kind of the dizziness. Um, if I'm walking down an aisle or down the street and it's such a busy eye movement area, that I definitely will feel the dizziness there as well. So I have been obviously training with vestibular therapy for 3 months now to decondition myself for that, but still it still catches me off guard. It's still hard. I still do my exercises, but it's still something that I will probably still struggle for a long time. Another thing that I have now really distinctly know is when I'm actually getting a vestibular migraine. So there is the VPB aspect of it, and it's short spurts of dizziness, and they'll last, a minute or 2 minutes. But I can now understand the difference between that and a vestibular migraine. A vestibular migraine for me begins with the ear. And one of the things that I have noticed is that I will start getting a fullness of an ear. Like I feel like I have water in my ear, or that I have air in my ear, or that my ear needs to pop, or my ear starts popping, or it's just a sensation in the ear. Mostly it starts on my left, but sometimes it can start on my right, but 99% of the time it does start on my left. It then progresses to neck pain. My neck will feel really stiff. My neck will start to pop. I will start trying to like move my neck, because it just feels tight, and it feels really tight along kind of the sides, draining area of your ear. It goes, into the back of my neck, into my shoulder blades, and then I start getting the pressure right behind my neck, skull area. It's just a pressure. It's a pressure. It feels like I'm underwater in a submarine and there's pressure. Um, Sometimes I do get headaches. My headaches mostly are kind of stress-ish headaches. They kind of wrap around my head in a band like. Some of those headaches are kind of migraine type as well vestibular migraines, but they're more like that ones that goes into your um, face, so I can feel it like around my nose and sinuses. um, they get really I get really like almost like a sinus headache. And I can feel the pressure, and it's just pressure. But with that is dizziness, and it's constant dizziness. It's I definitely can feel the dizziness. It doesn't go away. Now, the reason why I know it's a vestibular migraine is because I typically will um, see him coming more so towards the time where I'm going to be taking my next medication. And right now I'm still on Lyrica. I haven't found something that works better for me. So Lyrica is the one that I'm using, as well as a beta blocker. So I am typically seeing my vestibular migraines in between those dosages. I take the dosage in the morning and at night. And I typically do it around breakfast time and dinner time. So early dinner time or late lunch, that's where I see that vestibular migraine type of attack. And I typically, sometimes if it's really late into the day, I can typically will do it early dinner and I'll just take my medicine and it'll go away. But sometimes it happens really kind of earlier, midday, so it is a little bit more difficult. And I don't have right now, a medication where I can take, as a one-off, because the other ones that I've tried, I have not had any luck. I've tried Imitrex, I've tried Max Salt, um, and they have not worked for me. So, and ibuprofen actually makes it worse, and I think it's because of the Lyrica interaction. So I don't like that. So with those, if it happens earlier in the middle of the day, it can be debilitating, and those are the days that I'm still having issues with, because I will have to wait until later in the day, and sometimes I'll just take the Lyrica and then that way it'll help me. But in the days that are really early, I will suffer through the whole day, and those are the ones that I really need help with. And I am going to Mayo, which I've talked a little bit about it, but I'm going next week. And those are the symptoms that I'm really needing help with, because no one has really been able to aid me on it. The neurologists I've seen here locally have not been really helpful. Um, they kind of, neurologist blames the ear, ENT blames neurologist, and I'm getting the runaround. So I am going up to Mayo. I'm really hoping I get some answers, and I'm really hoping I get something done, because I can't have the vestibular migraines just take over my life, especially because I am needing to really go back to work. I have been on short-term disability for about 2 months now, and I need to go back to work, and I need to figure out how to do this. So I will share more about my Mayo experience and what they found, if anything. And I am hoping that you are having a better journey than I am, and I hope that you have great blessings. Bye.